Welcome back to the sanctuary of the unseen. Welcome back to anything you want. You are here because you understand that in the blinding kaleidoscope of the celebrity world, the most important stories are often the ones that occur in the shadows, away from the flashbulbs and the orchestrated chaos of the red carpet. You have joined our community because you refuse to be satisfied with the superficial headlines. You crave the deep, resonant analysis of the human heart beating beneath the designer fabric. Today, we are transporting you to the cobblestone streets of Paris, the city of lights, love, and secrets. We are peeling back the layers of a week that changed everything for Hande Erçel and Kerem Bürsin, a week where they were everywhere and nowhere at once. Before we unlock the doors to this Parisian mystery, please, solidify your commitment to the truth. Press the subscribe button, ignite the like button to help us conquer the algorithm, and if you truly wish to support high-caliber, independent storytelling, our join button is your gateway to the inner circle. Your support allows us to paint these portraits with the grace they deserve. Today, we decode the art of being invisible in the most visible city on earth. Let us begin. Paris Fashion Week is, by design, a spectacle of excess. It is a star-studded event where visibility is the currency, and silence is usually equated with irrelevance. Every year, the global elite descend upon the French capital to see and be seen, turning the city into a living, breathing runway. However, amidst the cacophony of shutters and the relentless parade of haute couture, a meeting that deliberately avoided the cameras, a meeting whispered about in the most exclusive circles but caught only by the most perceptive observers, has shaken the foundations of the gossip columns. This mysterious encounter between Hande Erçel and her partner Kerem Bürsin during the height of Fashion Week carried meanings far deeper than a simple romantic rendezvous. While the rest of the world was hyper-focused on the runway shows, the structural integrity of the clothes, and the hierarchy of the front rows, details that went largely unnoticed by the masses revealed profound clues about the current state of the couple's relationship. To understand the magnitude of this, one must first look at the dichotomy of their public presentations. Hande Erçel arrived in Paris with a schedule that was nothing short of official and grueling. She was the woman of the hour, a rising international icon alternating constantly between exclusive invitations from global luxury brands and high-stakes fashion shows. She was a star constantly orbited by satellites of cameras, her every move documented, her every outfit analyzed. She was the light. Kerem Bürsin, on the other hand, adopted a radically different strategy. He preferred a discreet, almost phantom-like profile in Paris. He was present, yet absent, near, yet far. But it was precisely this deafening silence that led the most seasoned gossip columnists to whisper, "The real story is here." Because, although they were both breathing the same Parisian air, walking the same historic streets, they seemed to deliberately avoid appearing in the same photographic frame. Was this a coincidence born of conflicting schedules? Or was it a highly conscious, sophisticated decision? The answer lies in the nuance. Gossip columnists and brand experts alike suggest that this separation was a masterclass in professional branding. While Hande Erçel has recently solidified her status as a rising star on the international scene and a leading figure in the fashion world, Kerem Bürsin is simultaneously preparing for new projects and global expansions in his own career. Their decision to avoid being seen together in Paris is interpreted not as a rift, but as a desire to keep their relationship out of the consuming fire of the public eye, as well as a strategic plan to strengthen their separate professional images. They are building two empires that stand alone, yet support each other. As one columnist noted, everyone knows they're together, but they don't want to keep it constantly in the spotlight. On one of the busiest, most chaotic nights of Fashion Week, the truth revealed itself not on a red carpet, but in the shadows of a boutique hotel nestled near the banks of the Seine. What happened at the back entrance of this establishment revealed the true secret of the Parisian night. Reportedly, as Hande slipped away from the crushing crowd after a major show, shaking off the adrenaline of the flashbulbs, Kerem entered through a less busy, almost service-level door of the hotel. It was a choreographed dance of discretion. Minutes later, they found themselves on the same floor, behind the heavy doors of the same suite. In that room, no flashes went off. No photos were immediately shared on social media to prove their location. There was only the quiet intimacy of two people who had spent the day performing for the world, finally finding their audience of one. However, some foreign fashion editors who were staying in Paris that night, possessing eyes trained to spot detail, had already noticed the subtle presence of the Turkish couple. It is said that this secret meeting was the emotional anchor of their trip, a sanctuary where the noise of the industry could not reach them. The phrase "they're in the same place, at the same time, but from different angles" became the mantra of the week. I have to pause here and ask you, the perceptive observers of Anything You Want, do you think a relationship is stronger when it is kept private, or do you prefer couples who share every moment? Is there a power in silence that we often overlook? I am fascinated to hear your philosophy on privacy in the comments below. And remember, if you appreciate this deep dive analysis, clicking the join button is the best way to help us keep this channel independent. The most striking detail of this saga, however, is that the couple's time in Paris encompassed much more than the claustrophobic glamour of the fashion shows. On a morning far removed from the chaos, away from the stylists and the handlers, two figures were spotted early in the artistic, winding streets of Montmartre. Those who recognized them did not miss the significance of the moment. Almost camouflaged behind oversized hats and dark sunglasses, attempting to blend in with the local Parisians, this couple was rumored to be none other than Hande and Kerem. They were reportedly seen chatting at length in a small, nondescript cafe, smiling frequently as they sipped their coffee. This scene was a Parisian memory all their own, unscripted, unpaid, and unfiltered. It was a moment of normalcy in a week of surrealism. Hande Erçel's own photos from Paris fueled this mystery for her digital followers. At first glance, the images she shared appeared to be simply about fashion and urban aesthetics, a balcony, a street view, a cup of coffee. But for those who looked closely, there were subtle clues woven into the pixels. A landscape photo taken from the balcony of a specific hotel matched almost perfectly with a similar photo shared hours later by Kerem Bürsin. When social media users noticed these details, the digital detective work began. Comments like "same place, same time, but different framing" poured in, validating the theory that they were together in spirit and space, if not in the frame. Kerem Bürsin's behavior in Paris was also quite significant. Known for his relaxed, charismatic, and energetic demeanor in interviews, he was said to have displayed a calmer, more stoic, and distinctly protective attitude on this trip. He was the silent guardian. Hande was reportedly seen keeping a slight distance from the overwhelming crowds at the fashion shows, but sources suggest Kerem was always in the periphery, ready to intervene immediately in case of any potential chaos or overzealous fans. These details reveal that their relationship has evolved. It is not only romantic, it is based on strong solidarity. It is a partnership where one shines while the other shields the light. Gossip circles describe this balance as a sign of profound maturity. While Hande was the undisputed star of the runways and the front rows, capturing the gaze of the world, Kerem presented himself as a partner who respected her space and her moment. He stepped aside when necessary to let her glow, but he was always by her side when the lights dimmed. This dynamic suggests that their relationship is not a competition, but a collaboration. Near the end of Fashion Week, as the city began to exhale, it was rumored that the couple had a very special dinner before leaving Paris. Apparently, they met with only a few close friends at one of the city's famous yet modest restaurants, a place chosen for its food and privacy, not its trendiness. It is said that the conversation at that table was not only about love or the events of the week, but also about future plans. Rumors circulate that this conversation, held in the romantic, candlelit Parisian atmosphere, took their relationship a step further. Kerem reportedly told his inner circle that Paris inspired him. The city, with its history and art, helped clear his mind for new projects. Hande, meanwhile, was reportedly quite pleased and emboldened by the international attention she received. Rumors circulating behind the scenes suggest the couple plans to spend more time together in Paris in the future, perhaps for shared international projects or simply to escape. This reinforces the possibility that their Paris meeting wasn't just a romantic escape, but also one of the first steps toward a shared vision for the future, a vision that transcends borders. We are decoding the subtle language of love today. If you are enjoying this narrative journey through the streets of Paris, please take a second to like this video. It tells us that you value depth over drama. And for those who want to help us keep the lights on and the stories flowing, our super thanks feature is always open. The repercussions of this secret meeting in Paris continued to ripple even after Fashion Week concluded. Even after Hande Erçel and Kerem Bürsin left the city, speculation persisted. In particular, their cautious yet harmonious demeanor during the trip was interpreted as a sign that their relationship had reached a much more mature stage. It is said that youthful exuberance and the need for public validation have given way to a planned and conscious collaboration. Hande's statement, "Paris made me feel so free," and Kerem's cryptic but poignant comment, "Some moments are meant to be lived, not shared," were dissected by gossip columnists. These statements were seen as a manifesto. They were a sign that they preferred to cultivate the meaning of their relationship privately rather than display it publicly for consumption. Those short but intense days spent on the streets of Paris became a turning point for the couple. Their efforts to avoid being seen together are interpreted less as a desire to hide their relationship and more as a desire to protect it. Because Hande and Kerem want their love to be discussed openly when necessary, but lived privately always. In conclusion, Paris Fashion Week was not just a fashion event for Hande Erçel and Kerem Bürsin. It was a crucible. It was one of the most special stages in their private love story, a test of their ability to navigate fame without losing themselves. These details, which they thought no one saw, the back entrances, the morning coffees, the protective glances, actually strengthen and make their relationship more mysterious and compelling. Perhaps the magic of Paris resided precisely there, in a quiet yet profound encounter, far from the flashing cameras. They proved that in a world that demands everything be shown, the greatest luxury is keeping something for yourself. And that, my friends, is the story of the invisible tango danced in Paris. We have walked through the secret suites, the Montmartre mornings, and the strategic silence of two stars who know exactly what they are doing. Now, the conversation turns to you. Do you think this trip marks a new era for Hande and Kerem? And will we see them collaborate on an international project soon? Let us know your thoughts and theories in the comments below. Do not forget to subscribe to Anything You Want and ring that bell. We are your home for the truth behind the glamour. Join the family if you can, and until next time, keep your secrets close and your heart open. Goodbye.